What's up, everyone, and welcome to Stream. Welcome to Stream. Been a while since we did this one. I think those of you, by the way, who are here on the stream and you're like, "Yo, Abhinav, haven't seen you in a while, bro. What's up?" What I want to let you know is we've actually been streaming this whole time. We've just been doing it on the other channel. We've been doing it on the 10K Designers channel. But today I was like, tomorrow. I mean, Fridays normally when we do these streams, at least the last couple of weeks. But today I was like, hey, let's do a stream on the Abnux channel. It's been a while since we did it on this one. And so e- excited for this. What's up, folks? Shout outs to what's up, Atik? Hey, Ananya. What's up, Mohit? Aditya, your first stream. Wow. Welcome. Welcome. Hopefully, we can make this a good one for you. What's up, Aditya and Jay? Ishtar, Funny. Hey, Varsha and Ajit. So, guys, as usual, I want to start here. Let's check this out. Okay, this is in the chat, but let's jump into FigJam. I think that's like, I don't know why I haven't done this more, but I think this is the best way to start. Okay, so let's jump here. Let's jump into FigJam, and I'll just screen share. Here's where I am. So this is the attendance box. Please mark your attendance. Okay. Other than that, this is the questions box. So we will do maybe a little bit Q&A later in the session if there's some interesting stuff you guys want to talk about. But I'll pretty much just be using this to kind of guide the direction. Of course, you can ask in chat as well. But guys, we're designers. There's an excuse to open up Figma. So open up Figma and let's go here. Question. Okay, I'll do the Q&A in a bit. Okay, let's get started first. Adobe XD versus Figma. Aditya, bro, update your priors. Adobe XD doesn't exist anymore. It's dead already. Figma already won. The question should be Penpot versus Figma or something like that. Yeah, Adobe XD is gone. Gaya wo. Um, ठीक है, I'll come back here in a while. Okay, let me for now switch to this. Let's jump to Google Chrome. Guys, this is a casual stream, which means, I don't have like notes or something that I'm going to be going. There's no specific thing. I'm here mostly to kind of create this fun design vibe, but also, in the process, if I can give you some design inspo, if I can share one or two resources, if I can answer some difficult thing and unblock your creative process in somehow, I think that would be considered a win for me. Right? For me personally, I'm just doing this as a way to help you all guys in some small way, right? Of course, I'm also doing this because I like doing this. I think live streams, every time I do a live stream, I'm like, it was so worth it. But then I feel like I'm not doing enough live streams, even though I like it. So I'm like, wait, what's wrong here? I see a question from Arpit, which is, according to you, what's the wisest way to achieve financial freedom? So Arpit, good question. And, nobody's asked me this question before, but thank you for being the first. And let me give you my perspective. Okay, since you asked, um, I'll do it. Okay, so I'm gonna go to Variku's channel, and I'll tell you why exactly I'm doing this. This is not my suggestion for you. It would be weird if I just said go watch Variku, but I want to first understand the prevalent mindset, right? I want to understand what's the common mindset, and then I'll tell you my rare, like not rare, but I'll give you the niche, weird bandewala answer, right? Because in the end, you don't want me to give you the same answer that everybody gives me. You want some niche answer. That is still true. That is still, designer brain type stuff. So if you look at popular mindset around this, you will see, okay, the way to do it, invest in SIPs, right? So do this as a habit to save money, but then over time, this kind of maybe compounds, and then you have a good payday at some point. You will also see, the thing is, on YouTube and stuff, you will find a lot of like very specific stuff. So like things like drop shipping, YouTube strategy, and stuff like this. Point being, bro, all this stuff is great, right? If I was in Variku's position and I was like, what's the advice that I can give people? That is, what's the advice I can give that is useful to all, like general person? It would probably be something like this, right? But here's my advice to you, Arpit. I think, Arpit, if you're here, you're probably a designer. So you're like, what's the design version of this? What's the design version of, this financial freedom? I actually made a tweet about this today, but here's the original tweet, okay, that inspired this. Actually, let me open this. The original tweet was, sex is great, but have you ever realized you can own things on the internet? Guys, Samjay, did you understand what this means? Number one, because I think this is a good thing to talk about that I don't see too many people talking about it. Okay. What does it mean to own things on the internet? Have you ever thought about this? Because, hey, we've been on the internet for a while. All of us, we've kind of, some level, grown up with the internet. We've been users, we've been consumers of the internet. But have we been owners? What does this mean? And guys, if you're single and poor, like you you need to know what this is. Okay, you really need to know what this is. What it means is, let's say not on the internet, right? Let's say in real life, what does owning things mean? It means you're buying land. It means you're buying some productive assets. You know, and the thing is, you need to have a lot of money to buy land and like apartments and like real estate and stuff like this in India. You want to start a physical business, you want to start a restaurant, cafe, that kind of thing. It's not easy. You can't own a restaurant, you can't own a cafe. um, but you can own things on the internet, especially if you're a designer. And what I mean is, I mean niche websites and tools that make you money online. Okay. Now let me switch from Variko's to my channel. I see comment which is, QWERTY says, hey, it's been 4 years, why were you not streaming? QWERTY, I appreciate the concern, but here's the thing. I was streaming. I've been streaming this whole time. Not this whole time. And it's definitely not been 4 years. So if you go on our 10K designers channel, maybe you don't know this channel exists, right? This one, we started it quite recently, actually. We already hit 82 videos, but it's quite recent, right? I think we started just this year, right? So about maybe half a year roughly. So on this channel, we've been doing live. So the last one, in fact, my favorite one that we've done in recently has been this. uh, I would say, if you guys, in fact, this one I was like, shit, I really wanted to do this on this channel because I think a lot of people on this channel would really love this one. But my suggestion, check this out. I think you might like this, especially if you're interested in a little bit about understanding SF culture, Figma AI, what's going on in the design industry right now. Um, Definitely check this out. On my channel, though, you're right. I've not really been posting. Like my last stream that I did was 1 year. Is it 1 year ago? Yeah, maybe close to a month, or close to a year. And videos, yeah, I've not posted in long time. But main reason, I mean, not that it's important, is I've just been busy, guys, just working on stuff that is not content, right? Let's come here though. Own digital assets, and I don't mean NFTs, right? I mean niche websites and tools that make you money. Okay. And here's a follow up from Arpit. He says, okay, to be precise, financial freedom means to be in a position after a decade that I don't have to work for money. I have full freedom of my time. Confused between design and some media business. Here's the thing, Arpit, I understood actually. I understood exactly what you mean, which is we want to be able to use this opportunity in time, this moment in time, to actually set ourselves up for success, right? And here's a underrated one that I think you should definitely look into, which is niche websites and tools that you make you money online. The way I want you to just think about this is these assets, and okay, let me help you visualize what these assets are, right? So, for example, I run this one website called uisources.com. Okay, I'll just post a link. I see. I also run this website called Booklets. Now, Booklets, I actually shut it down. I brought this back very recently. Some of you might have seen this in my old streams, but I just want to show you, right? I just want to show you a few examples. Booklets.design. Other than that, I own, of course, 10K designers, right? So 10K designers is kind of like my full-time job, but I'm the founder here. So this one. I also own, for example, this YouTube channel, this particular one that you're on, right? So just trying to make a point, guys. Give me one sec. Okay. I also, for example, own the 10K accounts channel, but let's forget channels, right? Let's not talk about channels and stuff. But a site like this, question is, uh, for example, is UI sources still making you money, right? This is my question from Siddharth. And yes, it is. UI sources still is making me money. So the amount of money it makes per year has been dropping because I've not updated it. I've not been very active on it. But it is making about around $10,000 a year. So not crazy, but not insignificant, right? It's a good nice to have. But that's one example of a digital asset that makes you money. Now, the thing is, as young people, we don't yet, for example, might not yet have the money to just start a restaurant, start a cafe, or like in the end, the answer to Arpit's question, which is how do you have financial freedom, it's own assets, right? Like, for example, you see Nawal's thread, which is how to get rich, literally. And I know most of you have seen this, but never, I mean, never a bad time to revisit the classics. How to get without reaching, how, how to get rich without getting lucky. It's having assets, right? And now assets, हमारे parents के ज़माने में real estate, shops, ये सब कुछ होते थे, right? But my suggestion to you, and I'll move to the next topic soon. My suggestion to you guys is use your brain to create assets. These are assets that are literally free for you to create. It's in your brain, right? Make these assets and have them make money. Of course, read this thread. If this is the first time you're seeing it, well, this is your lucky day. This is a good one. But make assets, guys. And, booklets, for example, it doesn't make me money. Actually, it used to be on booklets.io. I lost the domain. Like, I forgot to renew it. And now booklets.io is, what is it? It's this is such a sexy domain, booklets.io. It's taken over, right? It just redirects to the spam website. But let me show you another example to help you understand, right? So a friend of mine, this Kushagra, who he actually was my friend from housing. Now he is a what you would today you would call him a design engineer, right? He's a design engineer. Like he used to be a front end dev. When I met him, he had transitioned to design, right? I met him maybe 10 years ago. Um, Today he's a design engineer, right? But I want to just show you some of his products. He currently runs a portfolio of products, right? So one of them, actually, let me open up. I love this. I really love this. So one of them is this Lookaway Mac, right? So lookaway.app. It's a digital eye strain app for Mac, right? So very niche. It's just a simple tool, but it's a need enough people have. Now, this is not a $1 billion startup. This is not a raise money kind of startup. This is a have really good design, solve actual problem, and create a niche for yourself, and people will buy this for the next 10 years. Right? This is that kind of asset. Let me show you a few more that he's got. His other app is Unwind. Now, this is a meditation app that he's built, right? So, again, he's not trying to compare with Headspace. Now, Headspace, to give an example, Headspace valuation. Headspace is a $1 billion company, right? So, as of 2021, oh, they merged with someone, Ginger, right? So, they're worth billions. Thanks. Yet, Unwind app, you can see it's doing kind of well, right? 4.8 360 ratings, not small at all. I don't think we can see total number of downloads, but he makes a good amount of money from this. Also good amount of money from this. Let me show you a third one, which is, I think this is the first app that he built. This is called Cone app. And so Kushagra, this is a classic example of solve your own problem and create something good, high quality. So this Kushagra has a certain type of color blindness, right? I don't know the term for it. I don't know exactly what the term is. Protanopia? I don't know. But basically, he had this problem and he has this certain type of color blindness. So, certain colors he's not able to exactly identify, right? Like, I think, if I remember correctly, it's like green shows up as slightly yellow, or it's one of those. And so, he built this app, and basically, what it is, it's a beautifully designed iPhone app. And what it does is you're able to capture colors and build a color palette. So, you can call it a color palette app. And this is pretty much how it works. Opens to the camera. It even shows you a name. It shows you the hex code. You can save this, and you can even say, hey, copy link, and you can send it to your computer if you want to do it. Now, first up, you got to understand that making these digital assets, it doesn't cost you a lot of money to get started, right? It does cost you skills, right? So these skills that we have as designers, building products. And here's the thing, right? I could not build this because I don't know how to make iOS apps. I would have to hire a developer to do it. But I was very honest with myself, a couple years back when I wanted to wanted to have this portfolio of products. And I said, what is something that I realistically can build? And I built this with Webflow. Even this built with Webflow. 10K designers, just the website alone, yeah, built with Webflow, right? So it's kind of like you want to find that intersection of what is something cool that actually solves a problem, what is the skills that I have to actually build it, and then the next thing, once you've kind of figured out, once you're in the process of building, of course you have to think about distribution, right? How do I actually get users? Which is, you can't spend on ads for something like this, right? This is kind of a um, this is kind of a, you could call it bootstrap, you could call it indie, right? Whatever the term is. And let me show you, actually, since we're doing Kushagra review, let me show you his other apps, right? I want you to be, I am really inspired, by the way, by Kushagra, right? I think he's one of the coolest designers I know. But let me show you his products, because I think this is really good inspo for designers who someday are like, I want to do my own thing. I have, and here's the thing, guys, as designers, if you've been making money as a designer for a while, you'll be like, hey, why can't I do this for myself? Like, why is my value as a designer always in relation to the company I work for, right? Why can't I do something independent? And the question is, you can. You have to kind of be a little, you have to kind of really want to do it, right? None of this is easy. But guys, the goal, or how we started on this, is we talked about financial freedom. Now, financial freedom is not easy, right? But if it's a goal worth working for, yeah, we should do difficult things, right? Like starting our own stuff. Um, so let's see this, okay? This is his other app, Supersonic. Um, of course, this is not going to compete with um, the thing is, this is a really beautiful, very niche, designed for himself, right? It's a problem he is solving for himself. And it makes money, right? It makes money. And more than that, it's beautiful design, which is, as designers, this is all like, the way we think about we okay, this is an important point, so I'm going to switch to guys. The way finance people think about portfolios is what are my assets, what are my stocks, and all of this stuff, right? As designers, the word portfolio, we think about it differently. We think about portfolio as here's a collection of the work that I've done. And yes, that's a portfolio. But for those of you who want to go to the next level, I would suggest you start thinking in terms of what's my personal portfolio of products? What's my portfolio of real assets, these real tools and websites and apps, maybe, that actually make me money? And the reason why I'll tell you this is, guys, that's the next step. If you are a designer and you are like, what's next after design? My brother, you know how to make apps, you know how to create websites. Next goal is you make one that actually makes money, right? Coming back to some inspo. Killer app, okay, really fucking good. Some really good design inspo. If you're seeing this, in fact, this is the first time I'm seeing the landing page. I've not seen this before. I love this, so good. Bhai, what micro interactions. Oof, love this. Let's check this out, right? Our principles. Build with soul. We believe in making things that feel magical, things with care and craft. Never settle, right? Build world class products. Don't just build something for sake of it. I'm just interpreting, okay? Innovate, make a good product, improve it for yourself, charge a price. I think the mistake I made early on, and I think I see a lot of people making, is they never monetize. They're like, it has to be free, and then some point I'll add ads later. And like, we're kind of caught up in this Y Combinator, social network, Facebook, Snapchat type of mindset, where it was like, let's build something, let's get crazy users and monetize to baad mein figure out. No, guys, we don't have that luxury. It has to monetize from the beginning or within 3 months of launching. And it should be opinionated, right? My since I'm talking to a design audience, it should be opinionated. You should really have your fingerprints all over it. Really cool. Okay. um and let me show you one more, since we are going through Kushagra's portfolio of products. CSS battle. Now, guys, you might not know CSS battle is by Kushagra, right? Have you guys heard of this? Apparently this is huge. This is a huge site, right? Probably one of his biggest, maybe not in terms of monetization. Actually, I don't know. I mean, they have sponsors. Clearly, they're monetizing it well. But in terms of traffic, let me see. Similar web. This is CSS Battle. What's the domain? cssbattle.dev. CSS Battle gets coffee crazy. Not actually, it was way more before. Maybe there's a temporary dip. 200k visits per month. That's pretty good. 149k, 106k. And here's the thing, right? As a founder, when you're looking at that YC, how to start a startup, that kind of mindset, right? We all consume that kind of stuff usually when it comes to founders and startups. Usually, you're encouraged to go all in something, right? All in on a particular thing. So, and I fell for that YC propaganda too, right? Back in the day, my version of, like, when I first got into this mindset of, hey, I need to make something of my own, I went all in. And what I went all in on is this mobile app. And it was beautiful design, had a lot of fun making this. It doesn't exist anymore. But then I also went broke running this because it wasn't making money. It was a very competitive space, which is music and social. And we built this, but we weren't too serious about monetization. And honestly, we should have been. Okay. Where was I? So CSS Battle, that's another one in his portfolio. And I'll just show you this. Kushak, bro, he's cracked. And when I say cracked, you know what I mean? It's like cracked devs, cracked designers, like you're A plus, like cracked. Kushagra made this thing recently as well that I thought was really cool. Just some more design inspo. Mm, where is it? 2023. It was not that far back. Oh, I'm on Supersonic's page. Let's head back here. He made this. Check this out, guys. Look at this. This is literally, he had an old iPhone lying around and he made this little dashboard app for himself. Still killer design though. This is his revenue dashboard, right? He's got a portfolio of products. This is his revenue dashboard where you can like unwind. This is one of the apps we saw. CN, which I'm guessing is Cone. LKWY, that's look away. This one that we just saw. All, I guess, combination of this. His revenue today is $120, right? I love this. I love this kind of approach. And if, like, of course, some of you might be familiar with this. Like, I think there are these kind of categories. Like, I think somebody who makes a lot of content around this is this guy, uh, Daniel Vassallo. He runs this thing called Small Bets. And again, not to promo. And honestly, this is not maybe not great design inspo either. But basically, his whole philosophy is that of making small bets, right? Like build a portfolio of products rather than go all in and like, crash and burn trying to make one thing happen. Yeah. So, anyways, hope that's interesting, guys. Hope that's given you some interesting perspective. My suggestion, like coming back to this thing that I said, own digital assets. And I don't mean NFTs, although if you were in NFTs, you probably made some money and lost a lot of money too. Niche websites and tools that make money online. If you want to check out UI Sources story, by the way, I haven't updated this in a while, but on Indie Hackers, you will find this. So, how did I build this? How did I monetize? I'll just show you. Very inspirational site, by the way. Indie Hackers. Another good inspirational site for this is Starter Story. Starter Story has become paid now, though. So, you might have to buy a subscription. 1.8K a month, guys. It does not make 1.8K a month. It used to pele. It does not make this anymore. It's lesser than this. I think it's maybe under $1,000 now per month. But the quick timeline of how I started this, I bought the domain. I was like, okay, let's build this. My idea was back then Mobbin was only screenshots. Actually, even today Mobbin is just screenshots. I was like, let's build a design inspiration site that has micro interactions. Right. So I collected the content, I launched it, built it, designed in Figma, built in Webflow, did a product hunt launch. It went well. Not making any money though, right? It's like losing money at this point. Uh, I was like, what's next? Maybe I'll do Chinese apps. Not a good idea. Um, wrote a case study to maybe drive some more traffic. Yeah, it was fine. And maybe you guys can check this out if you're ever launching on Product Hunt, but didn't really help really. Right? Maybe it got some traffic. Um, and the reason I actually started this channel that you're on right now is because I wanted to actually grow UI sources. And so I was like, okay, let's start a YouTube channel around design. And I will like, in fact, even today, if you go to the description of this video, you will see one link which says, oh, UI sources link or whatever. That was the original reason I started this channel. But eventually I realized I need to monetize this. Otherwise, I'm going to lose motivation and I'm not going to want to work on it. So then I added affiliate links. Affiliate, by the way, guys, just a simple, it's a simple monetization model where you just sign up for these affiliate programs, like targeted ones. And anybody who uses your link to buy something from this, they make money or you make money. So UI8.net. Oops. UI8.net. Author dashboard. Look at this, guys. I mean, I know it's not crazy, but oh, I mean, made some money, right? But anyway, point being, affiliate is not a crazy source of income, but it's something. If you're getting, like, literally 28th May, somebody bought this kit. It was definitely not one of you guys. It was just some, I guess, some random person. But you just make this small peanuts on this, right? Point being, this might not pay all your bills, but it's a portfolio of products, right? Like, you're taking small bets that kind of add up eventually at some point. Um, I gotta, I gotta, I gotta have money in this site. I need to withdraw this money. Oh, I think it needs to hit 100 minimum. Whatever. Okay, I'll do this some other time. This is the other inspo site I was showing you guys. Starter story. Now, this is like, personally, when I read this is like a bit out of my league also. Like, I'm not going to start a drinkware brand and all this. But it's pretty cool. I don't have a paid subscription, so personally, I don't browse this. I haven't bought a website either. I mean, I haven't bought a subscription, but this is a cool one. Yeah. Okay. So I did UI8, affiliate links, kuch nahi hua, thode paise bane. Started building some more features. Now, one of the things as designers, we want to build more features, but we don't want to ask for money. We always kind of underestimate. So, point being, if you have a choice, you're like, bro, should I build features or should I monetize? I would say monetize first. Features baad mein bhi ban sakte hain. Have a base set of features and then monetize early. Carbon ads, I tried this. Carbon ads as well. It doesn't make me a lot of money. It's like a little bit here and there. But by this point, I had made $100 with this. Then I design mind. I'm like, chalo, let's improve this. Started working on a redesign. Um, kind of quit my job because I was like, kar sakte hain. And that's when I started booklets.io as well. I was like, let's build a second site. Yeah, guys, that's an asset on the internet, right? So, what's up, Rahul? Good to see you here, bro. What we're talking about is, somebody asked a question, how do we get financial freedom? And I was like, do this. Like, theek hai, Variku ki baat sun lo, SIPs and all this stuff. But as a designer, you should be doing this. And I'll show you one more example, guys. Okay, this was maybe the first time I made money on the internet. Maybe first, I don't remember exactly. It was a while back. But back in 2016, I launched this. The old screenshot, but I launched this. Like, it's kind of a ebook basically, right? It was a very specific thing. This motion design, and it was basically for principal. Okay, so this is what it was, and this is kind of my landing page. Just a screenshot. This doesn't make me money anymore because I just stopped talking about it and haven't updated it. And here's the thing, right? Pretty much nobody from India bought it. That's my point, right? Which is, you can build an audience, but point is, you got to figure out, how do I sell to the world, right? That's actually kind of the niche thing here, which is, that's the kind of advantage here with these niche sites. So this was kind of the landing page, and how I had done this was principal app tutorial. Let's see if it's still up. Not anymore. But back in the day, I had written a blog post, and it was literally the top result for principal app. Right, so let me see if I can find it. Principal app medium. This one, designer's guide to prototyping principal. This was back then top result for principal app, and principal is like one of the most legit prototyping tools. And so I had written this article essay just like that, and basically it was a tutorial, right? It was just a tutorial, and I was like, hey, this is how you should do it. This is how you should get started. But principal was quite new, and a lot of people, saw this, and it got crazy response. So I was like, okay, there's something here. And what I then did was, I put a little call to action. I mean, this is now the official call to action, but I made this article and then I put a link saying, hey, if you're interested in working in a full course on how do you do this, like I made a free blog post for you. So give value first. I said I made this free one. And if you want a full course, I'm thinking about making it. I had not made it by then. I just put an email link. I said, hey, sign up for my newsletter and I'll email you if I make something. And good number of people signed up. And overall, I made about um, $4,000 total. मतलब life में अब तक. It doesn't sell anymore, of course. But literally on the first day that it took me about a month to actually make the book. It was like, it's basically a full ebook on Principle, right? That's what it was. Principle, the prototyping software. It made about 1,200 on the day I launched. And how I launched is basically I just made an email list. In the blog post, I said, sign up for this email. And I think about 500 people signed up for the email list. And then I just sent a sequence of 3 emails. And in each of them, I was like, hey, launching soon, pre-order, discount, whatever. And I'm like, book is out. And like on the first day, maybe 20 people bought it. So first day itself, I was like $1,000, $2,000. Anyways, guys, मेरे लिए बहुत पैसे थे उस time पे, and I was like, बन गए पैसे, and I just kind of abandoned the project. Um, should have kept it going, but I made some money, and this was kind of my first book. After this, of course, I wrote Pajama Profit. That was not this kind of. In fact, I probably, anyways, Pajama Profit, and then life got in the way. So, but this is an asset, right? And if I had kept this running, maybe this would still be making me some money today. And guys, I don't like the word passive income because this is nothing, not passive. It's very, very active to actually make this, to keep promoting this all the time, to keep driving traffic. It's not passive, it's very active. But then if you're a designer, this is like your job. Like this is like the fun parts of your job. So I think it's worth it. Hmm. Hey guys, chalo. Let me look at some chats now. Hmm. Let me scroll up. Cody says, bro, till this day, I don't know what you do. Can you explain in 20 seconds? Cody, bro, I'm a founder, okay, which means I have a company. It's a registered company. It's a private limited in India. Anyway, that's not the interesting point. I'm the founder of 10K Designers. That's all. That's what I do. Everything, and this is not passive income. This is my full-time job, right? I run these cohorts all the time. This is my LinkedIn. Been doing this for a little bit more than 4 years now. I, of course, have a portfolio of products. So I have all this small stuff, UI sources, and all this on the side. But this is my main one. Yes. Of course, I do side shit. Like when crypto was out there, I did crypto. Although right now I'm not doing it. Sounds like a drug or something. Crypto. I'm not doing crypto these days. Booklets website was so useful. Yeah, guys, if you want to check out booklets, it's still on. I just put it on a temporary domain right now, booklets.10k.design. But this, for example, it's a micro learning site, right? Just an idea I had, which is back then ये trend chala tha of people making these Instagram carousels. Today, of course, it's not a trend. It's like a regular thing. LinkedIn पे भी बनाते हैं लोग carousels. But what I realized, and again, not a crazy problem to solve, but basically I was like, people who are not on Instagram don't even know this exists. So I was like, how do I, let's make a curation site where I collect this content from, and I'll make it searchable. So for example, I saw a comment here on freelancing, right? So I'll search for freelance, and searchable, right? It's a curation site. All Alternatively, I can also go to the freelancing category and there's like 130 of these, right? So this was just a small project I done. It doesn't make money. In fact, it's supposed to be showing ads here. I should be making some money from ads, but I don't know why the ads are not showing up right now. But yeah. Hmm. Okay, going through some comments. Your view on Dan Co. Ah, Dan Co. Good one. And let me just show you this, okay? Dan Co. I actually bought one of his courses. So let me show you which one it was. Uh, what exactly? I forgot the name of the course. Was it called Solopreneur Sprints? No. Digital Economics. Yeah. I love this, bro. I think Mohit, whose comment was this? Was it Mohit? No, Aditya. Aditya, you're absolutely right on. Um, good suggestion. You've got good taste when it comes to this niche. But I actually bought this course, and I'll give you a quick review. Okay, and I'll give review plus mindset behind this. Okay, maybe it's not open anymore. It's been replaced by this one. But digital economics. Oh fuck, page also doesn't exist. Archive.org. I want to show you this. I think this is a good one. Let's see if I can find the old site. 3. I love this, okay? And bro, I love the copywriting of this guy. He's so good at it. 4 years beginner's degree out. Productize yourself. It's a unique brand, profitable offer, AI proof thing he probably added later, but and content strategy, right? Here's the basic pitch. Why am I selling Dan Cole's site on mine? Point being this, okay? Nawal's quote, there are almost 7 billion people on this planet. Someday, I hope will be almost 7 billion companies. What this means is not कि सब Zomato start करने वाले हैं, सब Swiggy start करने वाले हैं. It means that at least you and I, who are designers, who know how to create these things with our mind, right? Content, websites, maybe even apps. We should be launching these small things that make money. Um, okay. Anyways, my review. It's really cool, but I don't think you need to buy the course. In fact, it's not even available anymore. My suggestion, if those of you don't know Danco, my suggestion would be watch this. Really epic videos, really fucking good. And they're quite long, but then I think if you watch just one of these long videos, you kind of get his whole thing. This is a good one. Definitely suggest checking it out. Yeah. Taha says, so you, Adil, and whole lot of housing.com are now expert designers? Kind of. I think that's the advantage of being in a good design team. Yes, I do know all of the housing folks. And yeah, the housing folks, they're doing some killer stuff. Um, in fact, I wish I could show you our dribble. Like housing's dribble back in the day was like the source of design inspiration. Although maybe it doesn't exist anymore because the original people are not at housing. But check this out, guys. I'll drop this link. In fact, this is killer inspo. In fact, I joined housing because I was like, I want my own. I want my own. I was like, bro, mera personal brand grow hoga if I am a part of the housing design team. Uh, so yeah, check this out, guys. This is like really old now, but still epic. And really old, matlab 2014, right? 10 saal purana. And so a lot of these designers that you will come across who actually made this. In fact, we just saw Kushagra. We saw Kushagra's side projects. But this was one of the prototypes. Okay, I don't know where I was going with this, but maybe someday I should create a like a just a nice web, like a historical archive. Because, bro, like everybody is on this page, right? Like Rama, for example, who's head of design at Zeta, and then now he's head of design at Headout, right? Making stuff like this. And that Sapta joined the team maybe a little bit, few months after I did. And so Sapta was like, is like prodigy level work. Like I think you'll find Sapta's stuff here. Like he actually, him and Ramakrishna really, really went crazy on the motion. Um, yeah. This is, yeah, you can see Sapta's work as well. Some of his oldest work, in fact. I don't think he talks about this on his YouTube anymore. But yeah, it's nice. In fact, I came across this site recently, Housing Mafia. Housing Mafia sounds like some real estate mafia or something. Gunde bhej rahe hain. But basically, the design team at Housing and where are they now? I thought it was pretty cool. Um, like Suvanil, he's at Ola, head of design. Joshi, who was my manager, um, he's now at Hotstar. Bunch of folks here, right? Adit, in fact, I met Adit at he's head of design at Grow now, but I met him at Config, so that was nice. Adil, yeah, I think back then he was head of design Simple. Now he's at Deserve. Um, Jekin, I think, is at Ola, if I'm not wrong. Shuchita is at Gamescraft. Me, of course, Unacademy back then, but 10K now. Sapta, of course, killing it at Swiggy. Shruti, killer story, okay? Really killer story, which is she was a housing and then Trebo and then Bounce, and she's actually the founder of Win12th. So not even design, right? Jump from head of design to literally co-founder at Win12th. So amazing trajectory. Amit, I mean, Amit, you guys probably know, he's, I think, VP or whatever, highest level designer at Urban Company. So he runs the Urban Company team. It says he was here before, but I think he joined them again later. Anyway, point being, guys, there's like 55 of these, right? This is not even the full list. But sometimes I go back to this and I'm like, kya nostalgia hai, bro. Yeah. Okay. Comments. Let's jump back here. Mm. What about lottery, bro? Come on, fuck lottery. You're not gonna bet on fucking MPL and shit, right? You're a designer. The design version of the lottery was betting on NFTs. Not anymore though. But here's the thing, right? In the end, game of chance. And I would say rather than play a game of chance where your odds are so low, lottery, build stuff. Even if it fails, to kya hua? You have better odds at least than the lottery, right? And even if it fails, like build something such that add it to your portfolio as a designer, get client work. Um, yeah. Okay. Question from Arpit. Assume Abhinav's in Manipal again, 2024. This time, not much interested in design, but have all the experience which he has today. See, I mean, it's not possible. What business will he start, or will he join that academy? What academy? I didn't join any academy, but my point being, Arpit, I would see, of course, it's not possible, but point being, even if I was in school today or college today, graduating, I would do something on the internet, right? Very basic filter. No point, I think, for me or for young people. This is just, of course, my opinion. I don't think we have much advantage or crazy alpha when it comes to starting restaurants and all this, right? People older than us way better than us and at it. We should be doing things on the internet, right? That's my belief. So what I would do if I was not, and another similar question I've been asked is, if not apps and like UI UX design, what would you do? Honestly, here's my answer: dev. I would love to be a dev. I would love to make my own iOS apps like Kushagra does. In fact, my original plan was to become an iOS dev. And so, you know, um, didn't happen. But I would do dev. My second choice would be brand, right? So I would really, I think even if UI, UX, all these apps and all this didn't exist, I would be a brand designer. Like I just love brands. I love branding, brand psychology. like understanding people, what makes them attracted to brands. I would be in brand if not for UI UX. And third one would be marketing, which is kind of related to brand, but not really performance marketing and stuff, but like more the creative side. So I would probably be in the advertising. And let's say I was born 30 years ago. No, I was born 30 years ago. I'm 31 right now. But let's say I was this age in the 70s or 80s or something, I would be in advertising, right? I would be doing copywriting for newspaper ads, TV ads, jingles, and this kind of stuff. Yeah. What business will he start though? I would try to get into one of these creative fields where I can do a lot of creative stuff, build a portfolio work, and I would just start my own agency or start something with those skills that I've acquired. Yeah. Drop shipping e-products, Quaddy, bruh. I don't know if I should. I ran a drop shipping site back in the maybe 2016. Here's the thing, right? I've tried a lot of stuff. And so most of it has not failed, but it gave me learning. So should I show? Should I show? Matlab, the website obviously doesn't exist. I think at its, I ran it for maybe only 3-4 months before I was like, bro, kya kar raha hu main? Um, and maybe the max I made in a month from it was like $700 profit. दिखाऊं क्या मैं? Hardik says, if I was in the 70s, I would start a stockbroking company. Yeah, bro. That's actually the good one. The thing is, I would not do this for a job. I would do this with the money I make from my, Mad Men advertising studio. I would put it into like a lot of Indian stocks. Yeah. ड्रॉप शिपिंग दिखाई दूं सिंस हम बात कर रहे हैं ठीक है एक्चुअली इतनी बात कर ली अब तो दिखाई देता हूँ लेट मी शो यू गाइस सो I hope this is not like damn cringe or something because once I share it, I can't take it back, right? um, Instagram.com slash forgot my username. What was it? Guys, this was my genius plan to become rich. Why? Not rich, but basically I started a drop shipping site, and basically this was my right without ads, right? So I wanted to learn. Like so many people talk about drop shipping as a way of making money. Is it legit? And personally, whenever I run into a scenario like that, I'm like, I have to try it myself to know whether it's good for me, right? And so I started this drop shipping company. Basically, just it takes it takes you literally just have to create a Shopify site, connect AliExpress, find products, and that's it. But I created this, and of course, using design, so made a nice logo and brand or whatever, made some nice product images. But I basically created this, and I started doing without ads. I started doing this with basically I ran a today we call it influencer marketing, but basically I did this influencer marketing shit, okay? And so basically the concept was it was called promoters, right? Not exactly influencers, which is basically you find people, you give them affiliate link, they now share it, maybe they get some free products and all this. So basically I got a bunch of influencers and like nano influencers, right? So not crazy. Sent them some free products and all this. The domain was smallshop.com. It's probably on site. But all of this AliExpress stuff, guys. I mean, I didn't make all this. This is all AliExpress. It's just curation, right? So if you want to make a brand site like this, you have to have good taste. And so I was like, let's find some cool uh, AliExpress products. And so I pretty much just found like 100 products, did full Instagram promotion, did giveaways. So like, things like this, like repost, like, do all that stuff. Um, yeah, guys. But not bad. Like literally within the it took me a weekend to make it, right? So pretty much just use Shopify and back then there was this site called Oberlo. In fact, Oberlo was acquired by Shopify later. But basically, Oberlo was a plugin that connected Shopify and AliExpress, and you could fulfill orders through it. And yeah, I just did giveaways and shit. Like fun though, right? So like in a month, took me a weekend to make it. Not weekend to put all of this. Like this is took me a weekend to make the website. I made these promotional posts and all this Shopify say, and then I think in a month I would make about. I ran it only for 4 months or something, but in a month I would make about $1,000, out of which 700 was just profit, because I would just take like $5. What drop shipping basically is, $5 product, find one, right? Find these cool socks or phone cases or this crybaby t-shirt or whatever. Buy it for $10, sell it for 20. Bro, straight up, that's drop shipping, right? What would you do differently today if you had to do this again, but the same products? I see this question from Siddharth. What I would do is I would partner with somebody who knew ads. I eventually ran into the thing where I was like, to scale this, I need to run ads. And the thing with ads is I didn't know how to. And so I studied it, but I didn't want to spend a lot running ads because I was like, profit is more important to me. And so I just never figured out ads properly. That's one thing I would do differently. But secondly, to make it for the long term, I think you should have your own warehouse and you should sell your own products. So the biggest problem with this was the shipping times was like a month. So even though most of my customers were like Western countries, shipping time was like still like 3 weeks, 4 weeks. And so we would have issues and all this. Guys, I mean, couldn't be a clearer giveaway that this is mine. But I was also doing Listen back then, right? So Listen wasn't making any money, and so I was like, "Fuck, bhai, like I need to make money. I'm gonna go broke," which I did, by the way, running Listen. Right by the end of it, I was broke, but did this. It was pretty cool. It was like a win-win. So basically, I did a giveaway on this page. Check this out, and I was like, "Yeah, like this post and go follow us. Like literally, go follow Listen app, and I'll send you some BTS merch or something like from AliExpress." This is so funny. And coming to product design, we added this feature that would let you basically, basically we created a nice sharing feature, right? Like a nice referral type feature. So you could share a preview like this of whatever song you were listening to. Um, and so check this out, right? So within the app, basically, if you were liked a song, you could share it like with a nice visual image like this. It would just generate this. Um, yeah, so this was Listens page. Yeah. But huh, guys, I think that's pretty much it for the shop dropshipping story. Cody says, "Can you do a dropshipping walkthrough? I'm going to do it." So, no, bro, I can't. This is not my niche anymore. Uh, but my suggestion to you, Qwerty, is if you want to do dropshipping or India mein karna chahte ho, do print on demand, but have a really good brand. I think print on demand scene in India is way more mature now than it was back in the day. And so, and in fact, most of these Instagram sites that you follow, they're print on demand sites. Like these, they make these cool t-shirts or whatever, like shit like this, artificial reality. Like most of these are print on demand sites. They have a good brand, they have good content, and they just use somebody in the back end. But other than that, I don't know much about drop shipping, right? And I know this though, if you want to grow in drop shipping, you have to do ads. So get really fucking good at Facebook ads. Otherwise, I don't think it's so worth doing drop shipping today. Yeah. ठीक है. Back to chat. I missed some chats. I'm gonna go through. Mm, what do you think about new Figma AI at config? I did a video on this, Ally. I would say check this out. It's on our 10K channel, this one. We're gonna clip it soon, but for now, you can check out this stream um, to have that to have this question answered. Yeah. I think it's cool, but they removed the feature. So now it doesn't even exist. So let's wait for them to bring it back. And then we'll see how it is. Yeah. Akanksha says, yo, wait, let's come to topic, or let's come to design. Working as a remote UI UX designer, founder gives me vague task, which affects my productivity. Problem isn't the iterations, but the constant changes. So my suggestion, Akanksha, is see, I can understand if you're reporting to somebody who's not a designer, a lot of times they don't know what they want, and so you have to fill in those gaps and guess a lot of times. Okay, and the productivity thing, see, you need to find some way to set a boundary, and what I mean by that is don't assume the founder knows how to get the best work out of you. Also, don't assume they even know how to work with designers. Maybe they do, but clearly there's some issue, right? If you're feeling this. So, my suggestion, set a boundary, and you have to teach the founders what's a good way to work with designers, right? You have to kind of create this process that works for you. And boundary setting kind of also means expectation setting. So, that would be my suggestion. I know, kind of a abstract answer, but that's the best I can do on stream right now. Yeah. And constant changes, see, what it comes down to is they don't know what they want, so you take a good guess and then they are like, no, that's not what we want. तो भाई पहले बता दो what do you want, मैं वो बना दूंगा, right? वो बना दूंगी. But it still happens, right? Like they don't know what they want. And so my suggestion would be, try to figure out a nice working system where the founder is able to give you inspiration or tell you as close as possible, this is what I want. Or rather, think about it this way, this is what I want, it should look something like this, right? Have at least know which direction they are thinking, because this burnout or this productivity thing happens usually when you go all the way this direction and you find out founder wanted me to go this direction, and you're like, shit, I should have known this in the beginning. And the wider this gap is, the more you feel burnt out, because you're like, bro, I mean, there's so much, right? So that's my suggestion for you, Akanksha. Yeah. Rohit says, hi bhaiya, I started recent time learning designing iOS. What's also Android designing? Rohit, I mean, material design guidelines, check it out. Point being, iOS or Android, Figma should be good. That's actually the main thing, right? In the end, once you're good at Figma, you'll be able to make iOS, Android, web, even more, right? But focus on Figma, right? So you want to do Android designing guidelines, whatever, cool, material design guidelines, but Figma, right? Get good at Figma and get good at making things that look good, right? My suggestion to designers starting out is sometimes it feels demotivating because the stuff you create doesn't look good. And that's not because, it's not because, oh, I just need to get better. Wait. It's not because you are doing something wrong. Obviously, when you start out, your visuals will not look good. It takes time to get there with Figma. But starting out, focus on making things that look good because it motivates you. When you make something ugly, but it solves the problem, you won't feel good about it. But if you make something that looks good, even if it's not the best solution, you'll feel good that I made something of this quality, right? So my suggestion to you, Rohit, quality, right? Figure out how you can level up the quality of work that you're doing. Baki guidelines and all, you'll figure it out on the way. Yeah. Any plans coming to India or Haryana? When was the last time you were in Haryana? I was more than 10 years back. But India, yeah, I'll be in Bangalore in November. Yeah. Yo, show your product hunt. I'll show you, bro. There's not too much on it, though. This is my product hunt. Whiteboard, whiteboard.fm. UI Sources, I did 2 launches. One for the redesign, one for the first one. Booklets, listen. Yeah. I mean, I didn't launch too many products. It's just this stuff. What are these badges? Tastemaker. Hey yo, how does Product Hunt know that I have good taste? I can't. Top product. Ooh. I didn't know Product Hunt had badges. Veteran. Guys, what are these badges? I've not used Product Hunt in a while. Cool. ठीक है. Nice, I guess. Hmm. Supratim says, great meeting you at config. Likewise. Likewise, Supratim. Glad we could make that happen. Can you give me? I no, bro. I can't. Don't DM me. Siddharth says, how many users did you have on Listen? So Siddharth, at our peak, we had let's see, we had about 10,000 users. So in a year, we were able to get to 10,000 users. Although the weekly active or monthly active was not very crazy. That's the biggest problem. Like I think monthly active was a couple hundred at best. Um, so let me show you. Okay, this was a shutdown blog post that we did. Mm. I think I put the metrics here. So we had 20,000 songs streamed. This was like one of the core features we were looking at, which is the metric we were tracking was songs sent. We were also, oh no, total we had 120,000, 8,000 users. Yeah, I remember it being close to 10, maybe around 8,000. And another thing we were kind of tracking as was session time, right? So are people like what kind of sessions are people doing? And so this was a kind of a big use case for Listen that we found out very late. People would use this as a long distance thing to just listen to music together and be in a chat room. And it kind of felt like you were kind of connected a little bit because it was synced. So you're listening to the same song at the same second. And so jo bhi lyrics ki meaning chal rahi hai, you're like, oh, that other person is thinking about this as well. And then you could both add your songs one by one. Yeah. Yeah. What I found so funny though was how these news sites wrote articles about Listen shutting down. I'm like, yo, I mean, this is not that big of a deal. Like, I haven't even raised money for this. Like, I'm like a small startup. Like, why do you guys care? But yeah, it was cool. Cool to see. Uh, cool to be featured on these sites, even though it was for app we shut down. ठीक है. Okay. What's up? What's up, Yash? Yeah, guys. By the way, my Twitter is private. But if any of you guys want to follow and you have a follow request, I'll do it. Mostly because I just don't like Twitter's gotten a little toxic. It's not Twitter anymore, right? It's X. So बहुत सारे लोग they're just looking for some fight, and I'm like, bro, नहीं पढ़ना मुझे fight. I just want to tweet random stuff, which my folks will understand. Yeah, 18 months sober, crypto journey. Yeah, I don't do crypto anymore. Sounds like a drug. I don't smoke crypto anymore. Yeah. Mm-mm. Rahul says, I see why you're laughing. ठीक है, ठीक है. You also took build your second brain. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, guys. I actually do buy a lot of courses and I, unconventional advice, right? Guys, just because college khatam ho gaya doesn't mean you don't fucking study anymore. Like, really, padhai karo, bro. Like, seriously. Like, the level of. And here's the thing. I'm not just saying this because I have a course, right? Mat kharido meri course. But there's so many good paid courses out there. Anyway, I don't care about you do it or not. Personally, every year I spend a couple $1,000 just on buying these high value courses. For me, it's a good way to get to learn from like top 1% experts in the field. So yes, I have taken building a second brain. This is a cohort based course by this guy Tiago. I don't think they have it anymore. It was good though. It was good. But if you're interested, by the way, on what exactly this is, I would say um, Paramethod book. So Tiago, he even wrote a book about this called Paramethod and Building a Second Brain. If you're curious, I mean, you don't need his cohort-based course. Actually, it's not even available anymore. Check out these books. These are, I mean, the core insights. There's like 2 or 3 core insights in this. So, but pretty good. In fact, if you don't want to read the book, I would just say Forte Labs blog post. बढ़िया blog post hai, bro. And you know what? Uh, I know this is very like ADHD brain jumping this to that, but something I strongly believe in, and even I don't do this, okay? And I think I should, but नहीं हुआ है मेरे से अब मतलब छूट गई आदत. Let's just say. Um, Fuck it. Okay. My point being, I thought blog posts is like kind of a dying art. People should be writing. People should be writing about what they do. And I just so appreciate people like Tiago who take the effort to let us know what's happening, right? So his blog post, for example, or his blog, for example, bro, he's so honest, he's so transparent, he's so upfront, right? He talks about literally what's going on in life, like people like this, right? Like people who literally like they're so upfront. They're like, bro, this is how much money I make. This is how much. Like, these are my goals. Like पूरे अपने goals डाल दिए, bro, publicly. This बंदे ने. And I just love this level of transparency, but I can't do it. I can't do it. Like I used to do it, but then mental hit लेना पड़ता है. Like people get all weird about it. Anyway, let's jump to recent chats. I was up there. How do you go about getting people to learn about your app product if you don't have a personal brand following? Build it. Build it. How did, for example, see, here's the thing, right? Personal brand is just one way to promote your products. How did Kushagra, for example, how did Kushagra promote this app? Even if you have a personal brand, you think your friends are going to download an app you make? No, a lot of your friends will not. Happens. But what he did was he actually found a Reddit. And so a lot of his initial downloads came from Reddit. And what he did was he initially created a post on the colorblind subreddit. And so a lot of people liked this. They gave him feedback. Then he created a post on the interior design subreddit. And people were like, bro, like, you should add Pantone to this. Like, I want to do this with my swatches or whatever. So then that was one. Then he posted this, I think, on the web design subreddit. And people were like, yo, like, fuck, I need this for my work. Like, I want to snap color inspo. So that's the thing. Identify your users, find out where they hang out. You can't, of course, self promote on Reddit too openly. Like subreddits have rules and stuff. But that's the fun, right? Figure it out. Or, even if you don't want to start your own YouTube, you could probably find some way to find a good YouTuber in your niche and get them to promote it, right? Give them an affiliate or something like that. Yeah. Ayo, Renaissance of Abnux. Hope so. Hope so. Hope that's what's happening. Um, Y2K aesthetic. Y2K aesthetic was always cool, guys. It was always cool. Yeah, caught in my kawaii drop shipping moment. How are you marketing? Listen, not good, bro. We were not. Basically, we were just trying to go viral. So we were just doing stunts, and it worked, right? Things like launches and stuff. But the main way to grow it was actually to figure out referral loops and things like that. So we spent a lot of time designing those. Yeah. Would it make private? It would, but luckily I'm not so reliant on Twitter, my personal Twitter, for lead gen anymore for 10K. Like we've got the other channels and stuff. So yeah, it kind of does affect, but it's a price I'm willing to pay. Yeah. What's up, Adbhut? What's up, Abhay? Long time. Yes, all good, bro. What's up, Krishna? Folks, check out the 10K Designers channel on YouTube. If you missed it, I've been streaming over there, a bunch of them. Vivid Arrow says, what do you think about this? Those low quality courses which pop up on Insta ads which claim to teach you design in a month? Who are you talking about, bro? Can you tell us? We don't know who you're talking. Who's doing this? I'll tell you. Jokes aside, guys, I think it's. I, I'll give you an answer. Okay. I'll give you an answer. What do I think about this? This is what I think about it, guys. This is what I think about it, guys. And let me just. नहीं करना मुझे ये नहीं करना मुझे ये but these guys make more money than I do. One sec. Hmm. It's this, guys. I mean, this makes a lot of money. You've seen Amir Pate in Hyderabad. Now, Amir Pate, the Amir Pate of today, it's on Instagram stories as 500 rupee course, ye wo. 500 rupee course खरीद लो, funnel में आ गए, दूसरा course. In the end, bro, who am I to have an opinion, right? Who am I to have an opinion? They are running ads, they are making money, people are buying. अब मैं तो नहीं कर सकता कुछ, right? And yeah, I get DMs sometimes saying, oh, I regret this, that. I should have done it, and like, shouldn't I mean, whatever. Point is, not my, I can't do anything about it. So, of course, the negative side of this is it kind of creates this, like, in the end, here's the thing, right? If you're promising something and then you're not delivering it, that's bad. And you know what's worse? If you're not even trying, like you're like, bro, Amir Pet mein log aa to rahe hain. Like, anyways, I don't want to think about that. Yeah. Siddharth says, thoughts on making a personal website? Do it. Siddharth, do it. Your personal website, think about this. You're walking down MG Road in your city. You're walking down MG Road and you see all these showrooms, right, with really cool window displays. And you're like, wow, I wish I could do that. I wish I had my own space that people could enter into and check out the things that I like, that I am selling, that I am interested in. Guys, it costs money to have a dukan in the real world, right? To be on MG Road, which is a high traffic area. But you can do that with your personal website and you can get those benefits. I strongly suggest designers work on their personal website. And it's not easy, by the way. A personal website is a very difficult thing to do. And it's I would say one of those solo journeys that designers go through. Um, yeah. Kumanshu says, how to build a personal brand as a designer who's just starting out? Is it even possible? Kumanshu, my question to you, what's a personal brand? What is a personal brand? Is it an account with followers? Is it you want people to know who you are? Here's the thing. You want people to know who you are, do something crazy that's worth knowing about. People will come, right? But as a person starting out, I understand your question, by the way. As somebody starting out, my suggestion is your brand is that you are starting out. People love rags to riches stories. Not to say that you are rags or whatever, just giving an example. People love to see underdog stories, right? Like I was here and then failed and then figured it out. People typically don't like, oh, always had it figured out, right? Like in some ways, Kumanshu, I think you could have a much more interesting personal brand than me because you are somebody who's figuring it out and you're going through all this and you can talk about it. The stuff that I am going through and figuring out, it's like running my business. It's like unsexy stuff that I can't publicly talk about. Right? And so a lot of people might see my personal brand and be like, bro, I mean, this is not cool. This is not inspiring. This is not fun. Like Abhinav ko to aata hai. Like I don't want to do this. I want to follow somebody who's actually going through a journey. It's kind of like this, right? Let's say you wanted to. I'll take a side example. Let's say you wanted to get into the fitness niche. I think you should start like example. I think you should start posting when you're fat rather than when you're fit because that's what people are interested in. Let's say you wanted to start fitness journey and then 3 years later you make your first post saying I have abs. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. They care about the come up. They care about the human side of actual struggle, actual going through. I relate with that. And then that's what forms that bond. And when people are interested in you, when that bond exists, that's a personal brand, right? Making threads about these are the top things that Google Maps came out with an AI feature. You should not miss this. Otherwise, that's not a personal brand. I don't remember who the fuck that guy is, right? That's engagement farming. A personal brand is something different. Hope that gave you some things to think about. This is peak design, peak graphic design. The Amir paid ad. Yeah. Oh, nice. You worked with Harsh from Brucera. Epic time there. Yeah. Nice creative environment housing had set up. So that was pretty fun. Dev Jyoti says, yo, got an internship by developing the project you've talked about by making a virtual workspace for white collar. Congrats, Deb. And yo, I want to see your demo. Like, link me the demo. I want to see what you've made. Send me a DM. Mm. Hey guys, I'm gonna maybe wrap up, but fuck, I forgot about our fig jam. Let me do it. Let me go through. Oh ho! Look at this design, guys. Wow, you guys are so coordinated. Look at this arc. Attendance arc. Here, present sir. GM. Here. Yo, bro. Arpit, I'm gonna move you here, okay? Space it out a bit. Hmm. Questions? A lot of things have been up, too much content, resources. Atik, what are you trying to do? What are you trying to do? You're trying to become a designer, right? Go watch my design content. Go watch Ansh Mehra's design content. Beyond that, fuck the resources. Outcomes. You want outcomes. You want next month to make a killer website. That's what's more important. Because that'll tell you what I should do next. And yeah, bro, let me be honest. Health, wealth, relationships, we all go through these problems, right? Me included. It's just I don't publicly talk about it because there's no point. Um, and this happens. But do it. How can a 20, 25-year-old even start or survive? What choice do you have but to figure it out? And this is not just us, bro. Our parents didn't have the internet, right? My mom fucking had to take the bus at 6 a.m. to go for her job, office में जाके बैठने के लिए. When I was a baby, right? things have been difficult this whole time. So don't worry, you have the internet. Don't let the internet become your enemy. That's what happens, right? That's what happens. All this stuff, the internet becomes your enemy, and then you stop, figure out how you can actually use it. I understand, bro, and I totally resonate. I can't give you a straightforward answer, but you got this, bro. You got this. Just don't give up. Parag wants to get better at communication skills and visual design. How do you make time out of the work to learn? Time spent at work. See, Parag, you're not going to like my answer, but it's weekends. I can tell you this: these websites I was showing you in today's stream, UI Sources. I was working at Unacademy when I built it, and I would literally finish my job at like 5 p.m., 6 p.m. Then I would go to Starbucks on Indiranagar, on the Indiranagar Road, and I would literally work till 11 o'clock at night. I told my mom, "नहीं आज खाना नहीं खाऊंगा घर पे." Working at 11. Now, of course, I can't keep that up and do it forever, right? I don't do that today. I used to work harder back then when I was just this example. But my suggestion to you, Parag, is weekends is the answer. But here's my thing: the thing you want to get better at, you said, is communication skills and visual. My suggestion to you is start a project, right? The thing is, in job, we are given things to do, and so we figure out all the skills and how to do it because we're given things and there's a deadline and project. Now, compared to this, if you're doing things just for learning skills, motivation drop off happens SAE. So my suggestion is do a project, and doesn't have to be crazy, right? Like here's one example project for you. You're a designer, you want to get better at communication and visual. My I'll give you a project ऐसी दिमाग से, okay? I want you to create a website that is all about Indian empires. The Maurya Empire, the Gupta Empire, the Ahom Empire, Indian empires. I want you to create a website that has a timeline of what was happening in India at a particular time. So, for example, when the pyramids were being built, what was happening in India? When Rome was at its peak, what was happening in India? What was the empire? Right? The reason I'm giving you this particular brief, it's not random. The reason I'm giving you this is communication skills. Here's the thing, right? Communication is not just verbal, it's also written and visual communication. So for you to take a very specific thing, which is all this, see, all this research, what exactly these empires, timeline, and all this, you can figure out. But to figure out visual communication, it'll take you effort, right? So that's my suggestion. You want to get better verbal. The thing is, just my suggestion would be, see, making videos is a good way, but then I don't know. My suggestion would be make this website since you're a designer and then start making reels about it. And again, the goal is not to become a history influencer or something. It's some vehicle for practice. And you want to get better at visuals, bro, make sure this website that you do on Indian empires and, across this thing, make sure it has killer visuals, whatever that might mean for you. Amazing visuals. In fact, where do you get for example, what was the Indian flag during the Maurya Empire? Firstly, what year was the Maurya Empire? And then what was the Indian flag back then? I want to know that, right? So create this site, find out how you can do visual communication, and I would say do a little bit of AI. So I don't mean create these fictional Maurya Empire photos, right? I don't think that's a good one. But help me visualize in some way, right? Use AI if you have to. But this is a cool example. The reason why is when you go to Third Wave, you go to Starbucks next time, or you go to some tech event or something, people ask you, what are you working on? Oh, I'm working on this module for the SaaS feature, and then the users have to create an invoice and all this. Like, you will be bored saying it, your friend will be bored. I mean, the person will be bored listening to it. Versus you can say, yo, I'm actually working on this site where I want to draw a timeline of all the empires in India and what was happening in the rest of the world during that time. It's like, yo, firstly, whoa, wait, I mean, dude, tell me more. Like, people will have questions for you. They'll be like, bro, fuck, I want to know why are you doing this? What is this? Can I see it? What have you learned about empires? Like, how did you? Point is, people will ask you questions that'll get you excited. You'll be like, fuck, bro, like, oh my God, I got to go back home tonight and I got to work on this website because next time somebody asks me this, I want to show them. And you'll get excited as a designer. And when you're excited, all this exhaustion and whatever just goes away because you're like, bro, fuck, I have something to do. You're a man on a mission at that point. So that's my suggestion to you, bro. Hope that was interesting. Atik says, how to grow up. See, I don't know this because I'm not there. But less resources, typical सोच समझ सकता हूँ मैं. I understand. What are your thoughts? See, Atik, the what I'll say, right, is problem has scarcity की. Like, you're in Europe or something, you look around and things are beautiful. You're in India, you're in Pakistan, it sometimes feels like, bro, मतलब मेरे आसपास कुछ है नहीं, अब मैं मतलब क्या करूँ? Point is, you have the internet. It's just don't spend your time on the dehati internet. I don't know if that's supposed to be offensive or something, but don't spend your time on the reels. Oh no, oh no. Don't do that shit, okay? Spend your time on the good internet. Spend your time on the intellectual internet. Spend your time on the, bro, these are my people. These are cool people internet. And here's the thing, don't just consume, create. All these resources and chances of growth, yes, they're less, right? But internet is your opportunity to connect to the rest of the world. In fact, you're here because of the internet. So I would say internet, think internet, number one. But nahi hai local to nahi hai. Just leave it. Figure out how can I create this environment for myself that is online. Yeah. I answered this one, bro. Arpit. Yeah. Cool, guys. Okay. Wow, look at this attendance graph. This looks like, you know what this looks like, guys? This looks like my retention graph on YouTube for this stream. Natural, though. Not an issue. Thanks, guys. Thanks for sticking along. We've been 90 minutes. I think I'll wrap up now. Most questions answered. Folks, I'll see you somewhere else on the internet in a different stream. If you're enrolled in 10K, of course, tomorrow, in fact, I should show this. I should brag about, I should show this. Let me show you guys what's going on in my little world, okay? Folks, those of you who are in 10K, you probably know this. If not, I'm letting you know right now. We have tomorrow a guest session coming up. This is for cohort 9 members, but it's also for all past alumni. We have a special guest live session coming up tomorrow with, any guesses, guys? Obviously not, but I'll just show you. We have a session tomorrow with Ansh. So, folks, check this out, okay? I hope I'm not leaking some info. No. Check it out, okay? Guys, those of you who are here, right? We have a session with Ansh. He's going to talk to us about realistic roadmap for AI product designers. I'm not selling anything, guys. Applications are closed, enrollments are closed. But those of you who are from cohort, do join this one, right? Maybe you missed the announcement. I shared this internally. So check it out. All right, guys. Thanks for joining. See you. Bye-bye. the like button, guys. If you're still here, please hit that like button. It really helps. Like button, it's on your screen. Hit it. See you around. Bye bye.